You know, we're all about diving deep into all sorts of fascinating stuff here, but let's be real for a sec.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about, what if this happens? What if that happens? Especially when it comes to our family, well, it can be kind of, well, frankly, it's scary.
Yeah,
We all
yeah.
want to make sure, like, if something happens to us, our loved ones are taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
But, sometimes it's like, where do you even begin? I
Yeah,
know I felt that way.
for sure.
And that's exactly why we're doing this deep dive today, right? We're going to
Yeah.
unpack how life insurance can actually give us that peace of mind that, we're all kind of searching for.
You hit the nail on the head with that peace of mind thing because that's exactly what our source material really emphasizes.
Really?
Yeah, like it goes beyond just the money. It's about quieting those worries that keep us up at night, those what ifs.
I see. I see. Yeah, because I know, we try not to think about it, but like in the back of our minds, it's always there.
Always there, right?
Yeah. The source material we're looking at, I mean, it actually starts off by asking some pretty tough questions.
Oh, yeah.
Like straight up, will my family be able to pay the bills if something happens to me? Will my kids be able to go to college? Like the stuff we worry about but don't always want to face head on.
And what I found really interesting is how the source goes beyond just the typical like death benefit explanation of life insurance. It's like
Yeah.
it really digs into this whole concept of income replacement,
Hmm.
and particularly the fact that it's tax free.
Yeah.
So it's not just like if you were to pass away, your family gets a lump sum and that's it. It's like they'd actually have a source of income that would help them maintain their lifestyle.
Like it's replacing what's not there anymore.
Exactly. Exactly.
That makes a lot of sense. It's not just like, okay, here's some money to cover the immediate stuff.
Mhm.
It's about like, okay, how do we keep, the same standard of living?
Right, right, exactly.
I remember, I think the source also mentioned different types of life
Oh
insurance.
yeah, absolutely. It briefly touches on term life insurance, so
Hmm.
that's like coverage for a set period of time, right?
Okay.
And then there's permanent life insurance, which provides that lifelong coverage. And it can even like build cash value over time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it gets a little more complicated. But basically the source suggests that like picking the right type, like it all depends on your own needs and financial goals.
Okay, so this is where things start to feel a bit overwhelming for me, to be honest. Like
Yes.
so many options. I remember the source mentioned a story about David, who actually used his life insurance to, get through a really rough time. Was there anything like in the source that sort of offered guidance for people like me who are kind of like, where do I even start?
Well, David's story it's a great example of how life insurance like truly provides a safety net when something unexpected happens, right? And
Gotcha.
you're right, it can get a little complicated for
Mhm.
sure. And that's why the source like really pushes this idea of getting a free consultation with a financial expert.
So it's like having a guide. I'm
Exactly.
thinking back, like when I bought my first car, man,
Oh
I was
yeah.
like so overwhelmed, like all these different models and all the features.
Oh yeah, it's
And just
right.
having someone like break it down and explain it in plain English, it made a world of difference.
Totally, totally. It takes the pressure off, right?
Yeah.
Because you're not just trying to figure it out on your own. So a consultation is basically a chance for you to like sit down, talk about your own situation,
Right, right.
explore the different policy options,
Get some advice.
get some personalized recommendations. It's about finding what works for you and your family.
Yeah, that actually does take the pressure off because instead of feeling intimidated by the whole thing, it's more about like getting the information you need and getting some support so you can make a good decision.
Exactly, exactly. And what's really powerful about life insurance, I think, and the source touches on this, is like how it shifts your whole perspective, right? It takes you from this place of like fear and like, oh my gosh, what if,
Yeah.
to a place of like empowerment and like, okay, I've got this.
Okay.
It's knowing that you've done something to protect the people you love and help them be okay,
Right.
no matter what happens.
Yeah. It's like that, that saying, hope for the best, but prepare for the worst.
Yeah.
Like life insurance is
Yeah.
that, it's that preparation. It's that safety net that lets us be optimistic, but also, like realistic and knowing that we've got a plan.
Absolutely. Well said. And something that the source didn't explicitly say, but like I think it's worth mentioning is that this peace of mind, it goes beyond just the financial stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like it frees up like mental and emotional energy.
Hmm.
You
Interesting.
can focus on enjoying life, being with your family,
Right.
knowing that you've got things handled. So it's not just about financial security, it's about like your whole well-being, you know?
It's like that weight is off your shoulders.
Exactly.
And you can actually focus on what matters, which is, the people you love and spending time with them.
Exactly.
Not constantly worrying about like, oh my gosh, what if this? What if that?
Exactly. That's the key, right?
Yeah. Well, wow, I think this has given me a lot to think about. I appreciate you breaking this down for me. And to all of you listening out there, hope this has been helpful for you too.
Yeah, absolutely.
When it comes to financial security, and especially life insurance, it can feel kind of daunting.
Yeah, it can.
But, like we talked about today, it's all about taking that first step,
Yeah.
right? Maybe scheduling a consultation, learning more about your options.
Right.
And who knows, you might just find that peace of mind you've been looking for.
And that's worth everything. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So until next time, thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on our next deep dive.
See ya. Bye. Bye.